Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, in his first appearance since being awarded the Magic Castle's Magician of the Year, would you please welcome Mr. Harry Blackstone, Jr.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Well, here's a little something that I know some of you have seen before, but if not, I invite you to watch this. In fact, watch very carefully because, you see, it has to do with this bird in a cage. Now, this is a canary. And while you're watching, this canary is going to disappear. And it will disappear right from the tips of my fingers, and you'll not see where it goes. I hope. Hup! If you see what I mean. And now as we continue... I heard that remark. Did you hear what the young fellow over there just said? He says, up your sleeve. Oh, you think you did say sleeve, didn't you? Come over here a second. Come over here. I'd like you to feel both of my sleeves and see if you can find it. Feel the sleeves all the way up, the other one too. No. What do you find?
Nothing.
Yeah. What do you mean, not much? Well, I'll tell you what. If you'll sit down a moment, and if you ladies and gentlemen will allow me a moment of your time, I'm going to step back into my office, get another cage, another canary, and I'll do it again. You watch. This time, I'd like to invite someone else to hold on to this cage and canary, and both the bird and cage will disappear while you're holding it. May I invite some of the young people over there? Sure, come right on up, and some of you youngsters also come over here. Any of you boys and girls, come right along. Boys or girls, you know which ones you are. That's it, come right along. Young ladies or gentlemen, come up and join us. Hi there, young fellow, what's your name?
Kyle.
You don't know?
That's not real canary.
I'm well aware of that. What is your name?
Kyle.
Kyle. Kyle, I want you to put one of your hands on the top of the cage.
Oh.
Put your hand right up on top of the cage. No, that's the bottom. Put it on the bottom of the cage. You're a little short on one end there. You put your hand there. Hi there, young man. Would you put your hand on the front of the cage, please? And the young lady over there, would you step over, love, and put your hand on the side of the cage? Your hand there on the side of the cage. Your hand's on the end of your arm. That's it. Good. That's it. And you, my love, on the other side of the cage.
Where?
Right there. Just stand right where you are and just reach over and put your hand right on my hand. Right on mine. There, isn't that nice? Do you have a hand you're not using? Would you reach over here and put your hand on the back of the cage? And you, young fellow, put your hand way up on top of the cage. No. Put the clean hand up there. Go ahead. Ah, that's better. Your hand on the other side of the cage right there. And your hand, son, on the bottom of the cage. Now, you each have a hand up there. Put your other hand on the opposite side of the cage. That's the way it goes. Well, that's it. No, I said look around for it the next time we see each other. That's fine. Oh, my goodness. Young lady right over there with a lovely smile. May I ask your name, love? Dana, would you join me a moment, if you please? I'd love to get to know the young people that are here today. Dana, may I ask a personal question? How old a young lady are you?
12.
12. That's a wonderful age. I have a daughter just your size. Well, she's actually a little older than you are, though. She's 20. Dana, I have here you sew?
Yes.
You do? Well, then you'll be familiar with this. This is a needle. Mm-hmm. May I show you the needle? It is a solid steel needle, in fact. And if you look at it, we have here a spool which is of approximately the same scale as the needle that you're holding. That needle, incidentally, has a very interesting background in history. It belonged to Paul Bunyan's mother. She used it to make baby clothes. Oh, by golly, it is real, isn't it? First time I've worked since I got Magician of the Year. Now then, we have here a piece of yarn that I've penetrated through the side of the spool. Now, my dear, may I ask you to hold on to the yarn? And the little boy in the funny tuxedo over there, would you join me a moment? Dale, would you join me for just a second? I see you having everybody else come in here. I'd like to have you come in here. You take the other end of this right over here, if you will, please.
Sure.
That's fine. Did you get to wash your hands? What is always, what, is that a sort of a trademark?
Yes.
I see it. Look like Marvin Roy's old gloves. Very nice. Now, what we have here is a piece of yarn that goes through the the unit here. I'd like you to examine the needle, and you'll notice that this, like all needles, has an eye that goes through the opening of the needle. You see that? Now, this is an eye that is large enough through which 1,000 camels might pass. You folks don't do a lot of reading, do you? The difficult part, of course, is threading a needle. We're going to attempt to thread the needle, if we can. How do you thread a needle? Do you place the thread through the eye, or do you place the eye upon the thread? You do it that way or this way? You do this through here? Mm-hmm. Would you hold that for a moment? I'd like you to pull it your direction a little bit, and you pull it back and forth there, just to show that it goes all the way through there, back and forth. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Doesn't take much to amuse you, does it? Now then, that's enough. Hold on just a second. I'm going to place this right here for just a moment. Now, what I would like you to do is this. You're holding on to the ends of it. Would you gradually ease the strength with which you're pulling that for just a moment? Because you see, that quickly, we are able to put the thread through the eye of the needle. And if you look right there, just like that. Incredible. Now, I want you to notice that the eye of the needle is indeed solid. See what? Oh, I
Very impressive.
Oh, he said, I know how it's done. There's somebody inside. Oh, no, there's nothing or no one on the inside of the spool. You see, this is nothing but a piece of solid wood. The bottom, nothing but a piece of solid wood. And this, as empty as a politician's promise. So as you can see, that is the story of Paul Bunyan. And Dana, I thank you so much, my love, for coming up and helping us out. Let's have a nice time.
Harry Blackstone Jr., ladies and gentlemen. Wait a minute, we've got to have a little discussion here. Harry, this is all fine and good, but you have probably the largest touring illusion show in the world out on the road.
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, we do. In matter of fact, I also brought along some of that show. Now, it was impossible for me to bring along all of the large props and the big animals that we use in the show, so I brought along some videotape. And I'd like you and our friends at home to see just 1 minute of the Blackstone Magic Show.
Now, C is in the cannon, the trunk is overhead. What's a possible impossibility? And ladies and gentlemen, the cannon is empty. Now watch the trunk.